Okay. Go over those. Hi, guys. I am live in our studio. It's not as much lit up. All the Christmas presents are gone. That is fun. That is fun. I kind of want to talk to you guys a little bit about, I don't know how this works. Usually we said that we're going to go live and then we talk about it and then we go on, but now there's like nobody in here, and usually people know when we're live or when we're not live, and no, nothing. We have put nothing up to show that we were going to go live, but this is one of those things that, like, the reason that I'm live right now is because all the stars have aligned. I was editing a video for our Scotland video, and I was like, you know what? I should ask our subscribers how I should edit this video. I don't know if you guys know how we edit videos or not, but we use Premiere Pro, and we are editing some of our Scottish stuff, but I'm a little bit more into, hey, Michael, how you doing? This is completely impromptu. I was supposed to be at work right now, and my in-laws are here, and Tiffany was like, I'm going shopping. And my father-in-law was like, I got to go out. And I was sitting here and I was like, the kids are not here. Now's my time. So I look at Lynn. Lynn's working, lurking from work. I am supposed to be working right now, but I have not been working. So I have a question for you guys. Like, this is the whole reason I had this thought, I had this idea. I have a question for you. I'm doing horizontal. I hate horizontal anything. I don't. I don't like shorts. I don't like this, whatever this is. So, a couple of things that we are doing pretty big. You see the editing right there. The colors is not really leaking through. We are in Scotland, and we're gonna do Victoria Street. I was gonna do like a full day in Scotland, but then I was like, Victoria Street, and the one thing you guys hate is when we talk about Harry Potter, but one of the biggest attractions to Victoria Street is Harry Potter. And now I'm sitting here thinking, like, should we do the whole day in Scotland, or should we just break down the Victoria Street and maybe Blackfriars as a single video? And that's like kind of what I'm thinking right now. Like, it's so hard to put these. I have such a vision. I had such a vision for this entire thing, and it should have already been done. It should have already been out. And now I am bouncing between getting these out as creatively as possible and also planning our return trip. You know what I mean? And that's like really frustrating me because these videos take forever for me because I really want them to be good. Like the reaction videos, and I think I said this in our Patreon before, the reaction videos are fun. I don't want to share that mirror and show because Tiffany will kill me. Lynn, nobody's accusing you of being Scottish, okay? Just relax. I did, Lynn, check this out. I got this. That was a really funny and inappropriate hero. That was really inappropriate, but I got you. So I got this at Trader Sam's for my birthday. I thought this was cool. If you ever, if you guys are just now watching, we are from Florida and we go to the UK. Hence all the flags and this big blank space right here that I'm working on filling with the Scottish flag. My vision for this, because this looks terrible right now. Yeah, thank you, Lynn. My afternoon, LC, good to see you. My vision for this is I kind of want to put all three flags right here, and I kind of want to start filling in the flags with different stuff. Like I don't even think you guys actually see what's going on in this set right here. One of the things is right here when we do a video, I have down here, these are all just British books. And depending on what we're doing, right, I will take, like, if we're doing something really cool, like I don't have the Harry Potter books, but if we're doing something with the royals or something like that, I have this was sent to us, Keepers of the Kingdom. So I set this up here. Whenever we're doing like British, I have the Dishoom cookbook and I put that up there. So if you ever look right here during our videos, you'll see a particular book by a British author. Through the whole entire Christmas series, we had the Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens put up here. Amen, Fox's Daily Motivations. Amen. I want to start this bad boy right here. I'm trying not to show my room because Tiffany will kill me. Sherlock Holmes, and I'm trying to get myself up. You don't like the portrait? What portrait? Now I feel self conscious because I don't even know what portrait it is. I'm not supposed to have an English accent. I'm American. We'll talk after. Mrs. LTR 4 9. We'll talk after. It's showing with black lines. I don't know how to fix that because it's not showing on mine. First time here, and vertical words are reversed. I don't know what everybody's saying because I am just holding the thing and it looks absolutely normal to me. It looks gorgeous. So far, all we got. So it won't let me. Oh, vertical. I don't like the vertical. I like horizontal, but it didn't let me where I'm doing this off my cell phone. It wouldn't let me do this. But I have a couple of things, guys. And you know what? Since you guys are here for the live, I'm going to let you guys in on this too. So next video that we're doing, me and Tiffany's went back and forth. We had a couple of things planned for the UK, and we kept just scratching them. We were like, our first thing that we was going to do is we was going to go to Wales, right? So we wanted to go to Wales, and we wanted to go hiking. Then Tiffany broke her leg. That's not exciting. Then we scratched that. We were supposed to meet Mank in Manchester, hang out there. Believe it or not, I got family members in Manchester. We was gonna go hang out there for a while, and that's kind of like what the exciting thing was. And then all of a sudden, when she broke her leg, it was like, we're not going to Snowdonia. We're not doing that. That's not gonna happen. Or we're gonna be, you know. No, that's fine. If he did that, that's okay. Let him be. If he, you know what, crap in your pants at your age, that's perfectly normal. But so here's what I want you guys to do. We're going to go at the end of March. Good evening. It is 2 o'clock here. We're going to go at the end of March to the UK. It's going to be for 9 days. Now, if you go over to our Discord, I'm going to set up a Discord for that. Keep in mind, Tiffany's leg is still not 100%, so we can't do a lot of hiking and stuff. We was going to stick closer to London. Mank, I'm glad you're here. You need to hear this more than anybody because I feel like you and Lynn, I am so happy you guys are here. We need you guys to plan it. You guys watch our videos so much and you guys say you need to do this, you need to do that. 9 days in the UK, we're going to be in London. What is the stuff? I sent out a what was it called a few days ago, a questionnaire, whatever they call it on YouTube, and said, what do you guys want us to see more? And they said, you need to see the British culture. Like, you need to be more involved in the British culture. I want to go to Wales. I want to do that. But in 9 days, I want everybody to set up. And what we're going to do is anybody who tells us, okay, you need to do this, and they vote and say, okay, you guys need to do this, we're going to credit you guys for doing it. Like, we're going to say the reason that we're here is the reason that we are at a British hat shop is because Millennial Mank said that's the most British thing to do. And that's what it's going to be. We're going to credit you guys for having the idea. We're going to credit it, but we're only going to go where you guys tell us to go. So anything, the Brits need to learn American. Everybody needs to learn American. It's the proper way. No, it's not the proper way. No, I think everybody, to be fair with you, I think everybody in the world needs to learn a little something because when I go to the UK, I feel like there's things that I want more people in America to learn. And then I feel like if you watch shows like Josh and Jace and stuff like that, you find out everybody's right. Like when we go to the UK and we talk about how great the UK is, it's like you're right because you're approaching this situation with optimism. I'm not going to use big words again. I'm just going to use it that one time. And Josh and Jay's comes over here and they approach America with optimism. It's 2 hours from London to Manchester on a train. I drive y'all to Wales for the day. That's an option. That's genuinely an option, man. I think that would be something really cool to do. Eat black pudding and blue cheese on toast. Do not tempt me with a good time. I like black pudding. If you guys not watch our live where we cook black pudding, I'm not. But I heard that was it Barry that they actually have like a big thing with black pudding over there. That is my dog scratching. If you can hear that. But you can visit Hartford Cathedral, which is Map on Monday, the oldest map in the world. The Magna Carta and the 1,000-year-old chain library. I would like to see the Magna Carta. That would be something to do. The Essex. I want to show you guys something. Do you guys want to see? Do you guys want like a tour of like not this room? I'll cover till we walk out of this room so Tiffany doesn't kill me. You if you seen a roach run by me, Tiffany would freak the hell out. Hey, don't Ricky the Rock. We're American. This is to show support because the American flag's right here, buddy. The freedom's right here. Hold on. I want to show you guys something. Tiffany would kill me like that. You guys have seen the kitchen before. But I just want to show you guys like how much our life has changed since the UK. This is our tea drawer. We have 20s. We have Chelsea of Woodard's, Yorkshire Gold. We have multiple Yorkshires. This is Mark and Spencer's Gold Bag Tea, English Breakfast. We have all of this. We have a lot of tea. We have a lot of tea. And I don't know if you guys are going to be mad at me at this or proud of me at this. I wanted to do this with you guys for like a while just to kind of show you. Right? Look. Boom. 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 What else we got here? We're going to do a video on this. This has been sitting for a while, but we are definitely going to do a video. We want to make a trifle. I think making a trifle would be awesome. I'm going to go out to the garage so the lighting's a little bit better. No, you're fine. Lynn, do what you're doing. I'm just going to keep talking. Another thing that I'm working on, I'm just going to give you guys a bunch of stuff that I'm working on. For not this coming up, but I'm actively working on this for what we plan on our next trip or our return to Scotland. So we're actively working on different things to do and different experiences to have as it goes through, as life goes on. But that's it. No, we do have a okay, so there's one, I don't know, Lynn will probably know what I'm talking about. So the only place I know to get an actual baked Swiss roll here, because when you say Swiss roll in the United States, you're saying Swiss roll as in like Little Debbie snacks, which is like not what you guys are aiming for. So Publix has Swiss rolls, but they do them seasonal. So one time you go in there, it'll be like a carrot cake. The other time you go in there, it'll be like a red velvet. So you have to hit it perfect to when it's a velvet Swiss roll, because I don't think they'll make it for you in order for you to buy the said, like the vanilla Swiss roll for a regular one or a chocolate Swiss roll. If not, you're going to have a hard time. Now, flan's very easy to get here, but that's more the Spanish flan. That's a very easy. You know what? We've not done a live stream in so long that it's like really nice to do this. Like, and we're gonna be like one of them channels. We're gonna get that. We're gonna get people in here because this whole YouTube thing is with the swipe in and everything else has turned to trash. Love the channel. Are you coming back to the UK? Yeah. No. So, okay. I'm glad you brought that up. One of my future plans for a future video, we have a lot of like in-depth videos that was supposed to be like, so the way it was supposed to do, the way it was supposed to go is we was going to have all these videos that we are still pushing out for our past UK trip. Hi, Daniel and Yuka. Those are our friends. If you know Daniel and Yuka, they do live streams in Japan, throughout Japan, and they are very, very good at it. They're a lot better than I am. So if you want to check out Daniel and Yuka's channel, check them out. If you're interested in that, check them out. They're really, really good people. They're really nice. They are parent of 2 babies now, ain't you? Daniel and Yuka, you guys got 2 kids now, right? But they actually started when they started around the same time we first started, and we've been friends ever since. And one day I'm going to make bad decisions and go to Japan and have Daniel and Yuka show us around. And so I want to get back to that question you was talking about. Do I have a football team yet? So when Tiffany broke her leg, we had all these videos planned out. You hear that we've been working closer with Best of British Pubs in Orlando. There's a couple of videos. You guys are actually going to see more of Best of British Pubs on your TV over in the UK, because they've been working a few things out with Channel 4. And I believe they've already filmed some stuff. There's like a new show coming out. I hope Martin doesn't kill me for saying that, or they're supposed to, but you will get to know that we're kind of on a thing with Best of British Pubs that is a little bit, we were supposed to be a part of that, but I hate referring to myself. But getting back to the football thing. Once that was all, everything was supposed to be done by August. Everything was supposed to be done by August, and then we had these really cool videos that we was going to do with Best of British Pubs. But one of those videos is I wanted you guys, and it was going to be over the course of a couple of weeks, that you guys was going to help me find my football team to support. And it was going to end that I was going to go to one of their games when we went over there. You know what I mean? Yeah, you had a second one, yeah, because you guys are superstars. And I like you guys, and you're my friend, and I'm super proud of you guys. Yeah, we were supposed to have that was kind of like the whole thing played out. But when this happened, life happened, everything got into the way, and then everything slowed down dramatically. So we're trying to revisit all these ideas. We're trying to become a Liverpool fan. Here's the thing, guys, in the next few weeks when it comes up, because I really want to delve more into, and what you guys don't understand is I hate editing, but I don't like our videos. And if you notice over the past years, our videos have got more creative. Like there's more things happening, more cuts. We're using green screen sometimes. We're doing more stuff, and I like the way a camera is. I get really bored of the idea of shooting shots just straight ahead of us, reacting to a video, whatever. If it was up to me, but you know what I mean? You have, we say in like the business world, you have your chips and snacks and stuff, and then you have your main meals. That's what kind of drives the channel. And that's kind of, if it was up to me, we would start more phasing out reactions, and we would do more or less, more on the nose kind of content, but when that was the plan originally, and then I hate to sound like a parrot and read, but you get it, so that's definitely on the list of finding me a football club to join. Now, see, I would be closer to Nottingham because we've been to Nottingham. And I like the idea of Nottingham Forest because that sounds like Robin Hood. And I've been where Robin Hood was, allegedly. Liverpool, Manchester United. I want to do Manchester United, but I feel like Manchester United would be like, pick a football team and you would just say Manchester United, because I just feel like that's the number one to go to. And there's also Wrexham. But Wrexham would be another one, because Wrexham's been made very popular here lately because of because of what's what's the show? What's called Wrexham, but the two American guys, the guy from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia and Ryan Reynolds, they both have that. So that's a good question. I actually do have the answer to that. It's not far. I hold on. So technically, my family is from the Newcastle area, but currently all my cousins live in Manchester or the Manchester area. I would try to pull up a map, but where I'm using the phone, I don't want it to cut off. Where are you? Forest, I actually watched Nottingham Forest the other day. I watched one of their games because when I do certain things at night, like I continually try to think videos, I was like, let me just watch this and see what I thought of it. Yeah, Steve, we actually went to on the Nottingham video. I think we covered that it's more of like a story of multiple people than it was a than it was of a singular person. And I thought that was actually really amazing that, because that's a thing through time, because I fell down a rabbit hole myself. I'm a very much a Christian person. I love to read about the Bible, but I'm not one of those people that's like, I like to learn stuff. And that's kind of the same thing that they say about Moses. Was Moses an actual person, or was Moses a combination of stories that was put together by multiple people or tribal leaders that happened like that? So I was watching a video. We went on this last trip. We went back to the British Museum, and I went to a lot of the kind of the more Christian things, because I think that's really amazing on the British Museum. That looking through religion through science, not the is it real, is it fake, or anything, but to say, okay, let's look at this historically, that a lot of the evidence for the people to exist in the Bible exists in the British Museum, and I think that's really cool. So yeah, that kind of sent me down that rabbit hole looking at that kind of stuff. Now let me ask you something. If we did decide to go, because we're going to be going in March, if we did decide, let's say we make it a point to go to a football game in March, what are we looking as far as tickets? Because like, we don't live that far from the University of Florida. It's really dependent on the game. A University of Florida could range you $100, or it could be $300 just for one seat, and that's probably like $100 would probably be like maybe 80 pounds or 90. No, yeah, 80, 90 pounds. Like, what are we looking as far as tickets if we decided to go? Or is that really depend on what league it is and what, yeah, if it's Premier League or Champions League? I just pulled Champions League. I don't know all the leagues. You need a Champions League team too, Bristol. Because that's something we'd like to like. That's something that we'd actually like to do. We'd like to go to, or at least like, I don't know if we're ready for that, to go to like a pub, because I feel like the pub's going to be more wild, like an official. If you went to an official Manchester United pub, like, would you even be welcome there? It's like, we'd be like something off a movie, just me and Tiffany showing up to the pub, and they're like, "What are you doing?" "Oh, well, we're just here to watch you guys watch the game. We're from America." Like they're in the zoo. That would probably be awkward. Liverpool has a fantastic bars and pubs all around the stadium. I feel like because here was our last plan, right? Here was our last plan. Our last plan that we was gonna go from London over to Bath, then go and see, and I wanted to do, depending on where the seats are, between 30 to £1,000. So that falls along the same lines as American football, NFL tickets and stuff. So it's not crazy. I mean, obviously, I'd want box seats. I'm waiting for you guys to. Somebody's got to step up here, because I'm not. I'm not sitting in the nosebleeds. I need box seats, and I need them. I, I don't want to say two butlers. One butler's fine. Just one butler would be perfect. Uh, no, I want to see it. Maybe just enough to get a feel of the crowd. Sit there, see what it feels like. But okay, we're gonna be there at towards the end of the end of March. So would that be a reasonable like time to see the footballs? Like, is that a reasonable time? Like, I would like to. You know what? I say like this right here. If you, I was being nice saying the one butler, but if you can't provide two people to be at my beck and call, you're best off just not even mention it. No, that's what I want to see. I want to see the football. I want to hear the football chants because, like, okay, if you go to UF, like the football chants really stop at the NFL level. They don't like the National Football League, like they don't really chant that much. It's more like just watch a game. So you go to college, and like what you'll notice about the United States is the more north you go, people's more into NFL, and the more south you go, people's more into college football. And like our chants are really just like bass chants, like they'll go. Da na 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 na. Go Gators. Da na 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 na. Go Gators. Da na 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 na. Go Gators. Come on Gators. Get up and go. And they're all about that level. The Seminoles have the Seminole chomp. They just go I mean that's pretty much it. And they're all like everybody knows it. So you guys are on a completely different level. I've heard what you guys do to the goalie's mom and stuff like that, which is really cool. I mean, it's not cool, but I mean, it's cool that you guys get together to destroy somebody like that. I think that's really nice. I think it shows a lot of patriotism. Wayne Rooney. One chant about Wayne Rooney. Well, don't say it because then you'll have to block yourself. God only knows how bad it is. Like, you guys get creative. I know I could be this. I know you guys too good. I could be like, oh, that sounds innocent enough. Say it. It's not going to be innocent. We were talking about how terrible. Well, first, we got on the conversation about finding me a football team to support, and then we got talking about how, you know, we're not. You guys are straight filth when it comes to the chance. So that's more or less where we're at this point. We're borderline. We're borderline in something that we're where we shouldn't go. But it's all right. As far as like, so like that would be 9 days. And I feel like one of the things that we messed up with on this last one is we didn't give each place enough time. But I feel like no matter where you go, you're going to say it's not enough time. How do you give something enough time that's took that's been there for 1,000 years? How do you give any of it enough time in a week's course? We definitely feel that way about Edinburgh and the Highlands. It was his liking for old ladies. Both 21st of March, then 11th of April. So there's a gap for both. Maybe have to go smaller league. Well, I'll talk to you, man. Maybe if we could set it up and we could just go to Manchester because I feel like I want to go to Bath, and I told Tiffany we could go to Bath, but I feel like there's going to be more to do in Manchester. Like I feel like we're going to see more in Manchester. I think that would be really cool just to go to, even if it's a small league. You know what I mean? Even if it's a small league, to say like, okay, maybe that's where our videos need to go more now, is starting to get more into the culture of just doing what people do. Because I feel like that's more or less what people want to see. That's an air conditioner unit, just so you know. There's another one outside, but that's like for the air. So, yeah, I think we could probably, probably. I think if we like, how far is Manchester from Wales? Like, that would be a good question. Because there is some things that we want to do in London that we have not got a chance to do. I'd really like to touch a little bit on, but I here's my thought. I want to do a little bit more with the. So you're yeah, an hour and a half. That ain't bad. One of the places to go is Matlock Bath. The river and rock climbing is really fun stuff. Cheeky Monkey, I the only thing that I climb is the numbers on the scales at this point. I got to do something, guys. We sat for just months. We did nothing. North Wells is where you need to go visit, and it's like 2 hours drive. Matlock's Bath. See, we need to do a couple of these. But the problem is Richard and Remy just so bad they just do not want us to do lives, and it just gets so irritating. That's the only reason this is happening right now. And Tiffany's probably mad that she's not. If Tiffany's not already seen this, and she's out doing something with her mom. Matlock Bath. I'm gonna go back through here. North Wells is where you need to go visit, and it's like 2 hours. Here's my thing, though, guys. Here's my thing. So, this is like the rough part of doing YouTube. You got to do what a lot of people want to see you do, because there was a lot of things that we thought was like really cool, and like we thought everybody kept telling us to do whales, like look at whales on our reaction video. And if you go look at our reaction video, as soon as we did whales, it was like one of the lowest videos we ever did. Yeah, I got a dog. His name's Jack. Yeah, there's like the ferry something. Is it the ferry pools or something like that? The ferry pools in Wales. I kind of want to go do that. Man, people's really on it. No, there is the ferry. There is the ferry pools in Scotland, but there's like a cave or something in Snowdonia that's called the ferry something. Also, I don't think you guys are too far. There's a forest down there. I forget the name of the forest. It's supposed to be the most mythical forest in all of the UK, and I think that would be something cool. There's another. Yeah, well, it's Monday, so most people should be out at work, and me and the trolls are all at home for whatever reason. Oh yeah, I could get behind that. And one thing we didn't do, like we have not went to Witherspoons yet. And I want to actually do that video of us going to Witherspoons. I know it's like crap and everybody said like, but that's the thing that you got to look for when you do these videos. So you do videos that you want to do, and then you do videos that you know people's going to have a lot of opinions about. And usually the videos like, that was the thing that where we're doing Victoria Street in Scotland. And I feel like people just watching this live stream is people who want to, just talk to me and stuff. And like we went to Victoria Street, and we went to the Writers Museum, and we went to all these things, and it's like we need to kind of bind them together a little bit. But then I was like, it'd get more views if we twist it to make it more of like a Harry Potter theme. Because Mank, we was with Mank, and we went to, and we do make fun of you, Mank, in the video, because we was at Victoria Street in Edinburgh without you. And you know what? Tiffany would, if Tiffany ended up back in Scotland, she would not be sad. Yeah, Elsie, Mank was, Mank actually sent us some pictures because he went to the trains up there, and that looked amazing. That really did. Because for whatever reason in Mank's head, he was like, Tiffany's legs broke, so let me just start sending pictures of everything fun that I am doing. He was like, that man was salt on a wound, is what he was. There's a fly that won't leave me alone out here. But no, what you guys don't know is Mank's really obsessed with Harry Potter. We didn't even want to go to the Shambles. He's like, we got to go. Every time I'm here, we go. And I was like, what happened to your British accent? He said, it's gone now. It's gone. I talk like this now. But no, like, so that's kind of like how we got to range these videos of like how important, like, how do we want to twist these videos? I will kill you. How we want to, how we want to twist these videos to get more views. So there, in fact, we can go more. So we got to base them off of that. And we have about 5 boxes of candy that we still ain't got through. So hope you like the candy videos because they're just going to see them coming. Fly over to Belfast. That's another video. See, Mank, you're full of good ideas because where we both got Cadbury's now, I like to buy it because we got a whole box of Cadbury's back there, and like then we have their American cousins in our grocery stores. I want to put one side by side and see if they even taste remotely similar. Because we have a fruit and nut bar that does not taste anything like. Oh, here's a fun one. Here's a fun one. So, my great grandfather, since we're on that subject, my great grandfather, his last name was Snowden, and I traced them all the way back to Snowdonia. I thought that was really cool. There were some unsavory things there that wasn't as cool, but there it was. Our plan was to bring the kids. This has got to stop. If my plans was to bring the kids up there to Cadbury, but right now they're just too young. They're really, really rambunctious at this point in their life, and like me and Tiffany get away from them for like 9 days out of the year, and it's like, do we want that to stop at this point? So that's where we're at with that. But yeah, that's basically where we're at. We thought about bringing the kids, and then we was like, we spent a week with them. Like, we got on the plane on the way, and we're like, next time we're bringing the boys. Next time we're bringing the boys. And about a week home, bringing the boys, we're like, no, we ain't bringing the boys here. No, they can sit home. They can when they wake up and they get jobs, they can go. But I feel like I want to go more on history. I feel like we fell out of the history part of the channel, and I like the history part of the channel. Snowdonia and Ben Nevis, you got to walk up and try the spring water coming out of the mountain. Can't get fresher than that, but if it turns yellow, don't drink it, coward. When you bring the children, you can go to Cadbury World, yeah. He's hallucinating all that food additives. Fly to Belfast Titanic Museum, Giant Causeway, cheap flights from Leeds and Manchester, 30 minutes. So then you'd be in Northern Ireland. That would actually be something worth doing. I don't think for this one. I don't think for this one. I want them guys to be a little bit older. They get a little. We do a lot in a day, guys. We do a lot when we go over there. We're from daylight till dark when we film, so we do a lot in a day. I don't think that they could do it. We have, on a serious note of bringing them over there, if we did go over there, we would have to bring Sandy or one of them with us to go because we just can't. There's going to have to be a point in time to fill the quota of what we need that we're going to have to look up and say, okay, you guys go back to the hotel room. We're going to keep going. You know what I mean? So, and then we have to bring somebody that, and that's the other part is no matter who we bring over there, there's actually a talk right now of another couple going with us this time. And it's kind of hard because they're like, oh, we'll do this together and we'll do this together. And like we told them, it was like, we can't. They're like, why not? It's like, because the stuff that we're going to do is more cultural that you're going to be like, why aren't we going to Buckingham Palace or why aren't we going to Tower of London or why aren't we doing this? It's like, well, we've already done that. You know, we're going to do other stuff. So, you know, it's a little bit different, a little bit different. Center Parks, it's enclosed and hundreds of activities for the kids. And great candy shops. Well, I would like to take them to that giant candy shop in or the giant toy store in London. And also something that I would like to do is take them to, or no, not them. I want to do a little bit more with, what's the two stores? Not Ahmed's, but Harrods. I want to do more with Harrods, and I want to do, even though, like, they told us not to film in Harrods, and everybody and their mother films in Harrods. I don't know. No, well, Windsor Castle is definitely something that we want to do, right? And I think another thing in London that we want to do is we never went to. Uh, we went to St. Paul's, but we didn't go to. It's not that I forget. It's Fortuna Masons. We want to go to Fortuna Masons too, because like part of doing this, guys, is you got to see what other people's doing and what's working. So, like you, I want to kind of get Tiffany to start doing her own stuff a little bit, and like I would like her to kind of, because if you let her do it, she would be more. She wouldn't be along the lines because she does too much of like edit, unedit. She doesn't really think too much of what she says. But what's that blonde headed British girl that's always in London? Um, we definitely Windsor Castle is definitely one of the reasons that we want to stick around London, and then. But there's another restaurant there in London that we want to go to that's really traditional British food. Hannah Ricketts, yeah, Hannah Ricketts. I feel like Tiffany could pull because like we go over stuff when we get done filming, like we go over stuff, and me and hers had so many conversations. Like we both it sounds weird because you're going through timing information and stuff like this, and like there's certain things like especially like when we were doing Edinburgh, and it's easier for me to tell to her or for me to tell to her that I don't need to be in it than for me to tell her that she doesn't need to be in it. And it's like because when you're filming a video and you're like, okay, what do you think of this? And I'm like, I really like this. I think it's really cool because this is this and this is this and this is this. And then it's like, okay, Tiffany, your turn. And then she goes back and she kind of reiterates exactly what you're saying. It's like, there's really no need for that. So I would like to kind of transform this next one to be like, okay, Tiffany, this is more your strengths. I might say one or two things, but I want you to take the full lead on this. And then when we do something that is more history or more something, unless it's to do with Scotland or, Mary Queen of Scots or something that falls in her line that she could take on and say, okay, this is more of my thing. We're still in the same video, but we're trying to provide this issue. And that would put somebody behind the camera that we can get better angles, that we can get better because we're kind of just walking around like this and we're like, we got to get both of us in this and that. We got to get both of us in this and that door. And that's kind of got to stop because we're both working with the camera now. And one of the issues that we had, because I'm rambling, I'm getting a year's worth of what I wanted to tell you guys off my chest in person. Like one of the things that we had is how narrow that is and like shaky image. And the reason why is because we run a Lumix S5 Mark II and it has one of the best stabilizations ever. But like if your image looks like this and then you put on the stabilization, no matter where you're at, it goes. So as soon as it crops in so much. So now I've just now bought a lens that we can just now bought yeah, no, I some decent Sky Garden would be cool. No. Okay, so there's a video that I wanted to make. See, you're talking about the London Eye and stuff. We actually went down by Big Ben. We went there, and there's Lynn. You can call me a liar. That section right in front of Big Ben, where it has like the haunting experience, the Shrek experience. That's probably the closest I've seen in the UK to International Drive in Orlando. It was all just like stuff to pick up fast money from tourists. You can do a tour of the Palace of Westminster with the Houses of Parliament are, and you don't have to storm in with our MAGA hat. Well, I'm going to bring, it doesn't, I'm a YouTuber, and I'm really thinking about getting into that disruptive YouTubing, so I'm just going to dress up as Donald Trump and go. Food Hall, Harrods is just fab. Oh, I watch Gary Eats. Gary Eats is one of my favorite right now. I love Gary Eats. He gets me so curious. I like when where did he go? He went to a Chinese place with there's two places that he's went to that I kind of want to go to. I want to go to, there's a place north of Whitechapel in London that's supposed to be the best Indian food. on what's that street called? I want to go to there, and there was a Chinese place that he said the aromatic duck was amazing, and I want to go there. Like that sounds absolutely fantastic, and we I think to a point, guys, we filmed kind of the stuff that you guys want to see. We don't film it. Like as soon as we got into York, we just put the camera up and we just kind of walked around York and just kind of get the feel of it. And a couple of things happened. Not making fun of anybody, not doing any of that, but like we was walking down and it was like the first time that we actually seen like homeless people in the UK. And like for one, it made us feel like, okay, we're doing, I'm glad we're doing what we do with the charities. Like that made us really happy. But for two, which is kind of insensitive, but kind of anytime we watch a British show, like in the medieval times, it was like spare pent, me lord, what is spare pent, me lord, spare. Like we don't here, it's like spare change, but it just sounded like that. I was like, man, that's like off the movies, and I felt bad for thinking that. Bye, cheeky monkey. All right, let's go back up here to some of them. Harrods and Fortuna Masons is terribly overpriced. Um, yeah, here's the thing though. Uh, when Linda Richardson. Here's the thing about it though, is we have to find that balance of okay, this is stuff that people are really wanting to see. Like if you go to Borough Market, if any of you has been to Borough Market, those are just chocolate covered strawberries. There is nothing special about them. Now, bread ahead, that is an amazing donut. And the crumble place, it's like a mid crumble. It's not really that good. You could, but with the flowers and the decorations, Instagrammable. When you're doing this, you kind of got to find that medium to say, okay, we got to do something that people like. You got to do something that people like. Not only that, but we got to do something that we like as well, which we like it all. Really, they threw you out for just being improperly dressed. That's insane. That's crazy. I kind of like it. Don't go on London Eye. Go to Battersea Power Station. Go up the lift and see the chimney lot. It's cheaper. You could do a tour of the Palace of Westminster, which is the Houses of Parliament are. You don't have to storm ours with Mag. Yeah. Yeah, what was you wearing? She's just in her Daisy Dukes and a tank top. It was see-through. She put on a fake country accent for no reason. She's like, y'all's ignorant up in here. I just wanted to take a look. This is bullshit. We try to dress appropriately while we're over there. When some might be overdressed. The one thing that I want to kind of get rid of is the shoes, because I wear loafers pretty much everywhere I go, and then we walk 9 miles in loafers. And if that doesn't make me British, I don't know what does. No, can I be honest with you? Okay, here's the thing that bothers me, and I don't know if this is happening in the UK or if this is just the inflation in America. For me to take my family to McDonald's right now cost around $45. That's two kids and two adults. That's $45. For me to go to a steakhouse that's like a lower end steakhouse, like Longhorns or what's it called? Costs about $75. So it's a $20 difference from eating processed crab to a steak dinner. They train to spot them. Yeah, that's kind of how the so it's gotten kind of to a point that like but I can go to this is how weird the prices have gotten in America. You can go to Costco's, buy a full ribeye roast, like a full one, for like $200. That's enough for 4 people. You cut that up. That's enough for about eight. That's about 8 nights. And then you have maybe about $5 in the side. I think I did the math on it, something like that. It was like the actual price of what it was, but we ringed it in that you can actually feed your entire family at home 1 inch ribeye dinners with baked potato and everything else on the side for somewhere around $20 a night. However much it was significantly cheaper than just going to McDonald's because that's just how high everything is. McDonald's in the UK, in some ways, is better than the McDonald's in America. Food is food is more expensive in America, even with the some of the things that we buy over there, even though it's pricey. Like I was reading Mank's thing right there, and he was saying what was it? 15 pounds. The average, if you go to a normal restaurant right now, a normal restaurant each meal is running between $20 to $25 per plate. So $20 to $25 per plate is going to be probably around 16, 17 pounds. So, and these are not nice restaurants. Once you get into the more nicer restaurants, those are really expensive. We try to dress nice. And what's really funny about that is the reason I have that conversation with everybody, because that's not just for the show. Like, I try to dress nice. It's just the line of work that I'm in. I'm always covered in dirt. Like, if you see me, like, I've posted a couple of videos of Patreon. If you're part of Patreon, I am just dirt from head to toe. And I always tell Tiffany, I said, if I'm going to be dirty, like you see, this is a hat for work, and you see the amount of sweat going right here. I say, if I'm going to, Howard, I will kill you. I will. You're going to get this whole thing. Shut up, Howard. I'm working on it. If you like see me at work, how dirty I am, I made a point. I said, if I'm going to be that dirty at work, I'm going to be that clean in person. So I make it a point to dress as clean as humanly possible when I'm not at work. That would be cool. Roman Roman archaeology. That was one of my first. That was one of my first things that like I fell in love with London because I don't live there, and I'd probably hate it if I lived there and want to move somewhere else. Um, we I would when kick Howard out. Don't kick Howard out. Uh, but what's it called? We went the very first night or the very first day. It was like later on that afternoon. We came up to St. Paul's Cathedral, and it was closing. And they said, um, "Yeah, we're closing." And it was like, "Okay." And they're like, "But you want to see something?" We're like, "Yeah, it'd be cool to see something." They're like, "There's some Roman ruins right down the road here if you want to go see it. It was a couple blocks up." And I thought that was the most amazing thing on the planet. I was like, "What? There's Roman ruins down the road? What?" And then you said that all nonchalantly. Like that was absolutely amazing. I love that. I loved it. So like that was like one of the first things that was said to me. But oh yeah, going back to what I said, I want to make a video of all the stuff in London that's just not that epic. I want to make a video that is just like there's a lot of amazing things, and most of the things that uh, you here, Howard, deal with it. Deal with it, Howard. Deal with it. Um, I wore a hat. Was out working hard for this family this morning. What's it called? No, I'd like to do a video of all the things that we genuinely just did not like in London. Like there was things that we did not like, and it wasn't that we hated them. We was just like, why is this here? When we're gonna have a talk after this live. Uh, no, why? That just wasn't that great. Like you was walking and you seen the Shrek adventure, and I was like, no, that I'm not doing that. And then there was some other things that I saw was kind of overhyped. There was like a million people getting done, and I was like, there's so many amazing things in this town. Oh, 100%, I'm doing that, Elsie. That's another thing that I want to do is go look for blitz damage. That's definitely one of the things. Another thing that I want to do is, now I'm just talking about all the things that was super touristy, but now here we go. I want to go through Whitechapel, and I kind of want to see where. Yeah. Okay. I want to do that. Another thing that I want to do, um, I want to do that to go through the London. There's another one that I want to do is a church, and I know this is not going to get a lot of views, but I want to do this for myself. Is there's the church not far from Blackfriars that is the not Mason, the Knights Templar Church, and I want to see that as well. Well, Howard, we're still working on coming to Manchester. That's not out of the question. We had a plan that we was going to go to Bath, and we've scrapped that, and we're leaving it up to you guys. If you're new to this, our next video, which should be coming out towards the end of this week, because just things has been crazy here. My in-laws are staying here, and it's I must smell so bad. My in-laws are staying here, and I ain't had a lot of time. I was actually editing a video when I decided to do this because I'm a procrastinator. But that's kind of the thing, is we're going to let you guys decide. And when you guys decide what we do, we might set it up and say, okay, this day we're in London, but we want to start getting kind of the ball rolling. Me and Tiffany will go over it together. Tiffany's out with her mom right now. So here's a funny thing. I asked Tiffany yesterday, I said, if you was going to live anywhere in the UK, where would you want to live? And she said, Yorkshire. She likes Yorkshire because it's central between Edinburgh and Edinburgh. Notice no matter how I say it, I add a third syllable, or fourth, Edinburgh, fourth. Um, we really liked Yorkshire. We liked Yorkshire a lot. Yeah, no, York was a very, very fun place. I enjoyed York for what it was. I thought it was probably one of the best cities I've ever been to in my life. And I, there was an, there's the end of March, Yorkshire pudding currently planning to be in London Centric. That'd be something to pick. Also, the Spud Bros just opened a place in Soho in London. That'd be something to check out. If you've not seen us try to recreate Spud Bros Spudman video, and that also helped with the weight I gained because I learned how to put beans on potatoes. So that's exciting. That didn't help out. So yeah, but it really is. I think Yorkshire is because Tiffany loves Scotland. She loves Scotland to her. She thinks it's the greatest place on the planet. She just loves Scotland, and she knows that I love England. We might do a reaction to the Yorkshire Dells because I mean, you guys like Sandy's doing reactions, and we keep doing her candy videos. That's why we did that stupid game show type video. We did the stupid game show type video because it was just something to switch it up because we just did not want to keep doing candy videos. We have some other food to taste that's not candy, so that's exciting. And then I'm not calling the candy videos stupid because I do enjoy doing them. I'm trying to do something. Hold on. One of my goals here is to have. This is gonna fall. This is gonna 100% fall. One of my goals here is to have the Yorkshire pudding. Who's the Yorkshire pudding? Do you actually make Yorkshire puddings? Let's see. I'd like to do some Anglo-Saxon videos. I'd like to delve more into that. We're going to try to focus a little bit more on the Scotland. Since we are doing Victoria Street, because we don't do, what is it called, that much, I think we'll do Victoria Street, and I think we'll lead that into the witch trials that happen in Edinburgh, because that's interesting. I think that would be a good video. And then I'd like to do more Anglo-Saxon London. The Yorkshire pudding. Are you legitimately a Yorkshire pudding, or are you a human posing? It's 2026. You can do what you want. I'm not judging. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what I wanted to get off my chest. I just kind of wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about it, see what you guys think, see how you felt about it. There's things that we miss because there's there was a place in York. There's a place in York that made Sunday roasts and made the Yorkshire puddings that I was not aware of until after. Because I mean that's what I said I love about York. I'd like to go back to York and spend about a week there. Have I done anything nice? We went to a place called Trader Sam's. If you guys sell, I live other stuff outside of just the UK because I'm a human. Human. That didn't make it sound believable that I pronounced human wrong. But so one of the things that I have been into here recently is I don't know why, but I've been really into the idea of tiki, like tiki bars and stuff like that. Because like not because it's just random, but because like okay during the 1950s and the 1960s, like Trader Sam's is cool when. So there's a guy named Trader Vic out in California, right? And he's what brought that tiki to the United States, and I think that's really cool because not so much like my drink right now is a Mai Tai. I like a Mai Tai, but it's hard to find a proper Mai Tai to be made because it's made with Oregon, and that's hard to find. But anyway, neighbor, it's hard to find, and but Trader Vic's, he actually brought the tiki craze to the United States. And when he brought it to the United States, like it became a thing, like in the 40s and the 50s, right? So like I like it more of like an idea that like I go to a tiki place and like that's kind of like what my grandparents like to do back in the 50s. So I thought it'd be really cool to go to Trader Sam's. Trader, Trader, Traitor, Trader. But Trader Sam's is actually a place in Disney. But one of the things they do is they hold true to Trader Vic's original recipes of that tiki. So I thought it'd be really cool. So we got there, and me and Tiffany got a little bit buzzed, and we started talking about we keep trying to figure out what we're supposed to do in the UK that we should just ask you guys. Do you guys have tiki bars in the UK? Because that turned out to so like tiki bars are not bars that are made in any type of respect or idea. Well, an idea of Polynesia. It is literally just what American style Polynesia was, and you see that with like Blue Hawaii and stuff like that, like the drinks. Yeah, you guys want to talk about? I would it bother you guys to know that I don't even talk to you guys in my actual accent? I try to enunciate. Like, have you guys ever really like, heard me talk in my true accent? Like, this is me enunciating. Rich, there's a lot of archaeology going on in Norfolk and so prefer to a nuclear reactor. And they found some amazing Anglo-Saxon artifacts, graves, goods, and stuff. See, that'd be interesting to check out. But like, as a person, could you do that? Like, as like a tourist, like, I don't want to be the terrible American tourist that's just like, hey, I just want to see what y'all's looking at. Did y'all find anything good today? You want to hear my actual accent, like me not trying to enunciate everything. I don't even know if I can do it because it's put on the spot. I've been doing it like this in front of a camera for years to go into like just my. So if like somebody was coming over to my house, I would go. I actually talk a little bit more like this right here. It's a little bit more lower, and it's a little bit more. What are you doing, man? How you been? No, it's good to see you, man. How you been doing? It's good to hear from you. How you been? That's more my accent. Like this, as to where you guys, I'm like, hey guys, how you doing? It's good, it's good to see you guys. I'm like, hey man, no, it's good to hear from you. How you been? No, how y'all doing? You doing good? That's good to hear from you. Yeah, yeah. No, I like that. No, that's cool. Like all my D's are replaced with T's. That's my more natural way of talking, as to where when I get in front of the camera, I try to, or when I'm at work, I enunciate as well as I can. But when me and Tiffany's talking, I don't talk like that. Plus, I go in and out of, the other language, and that's weird. The Romney language. So it's not quite a Florida accent, more of like a American Romney accent. It's a little bit different. And I get uncomfortable talking about that, but that's what it is. So I kind of like all these ideas. I like, we're probably going to do more like Fortuna Mason. So we have been watching. Like, if you really wanted me, like, it kind of goes British a little bit, to be fair with you. Like, if you call Manny Rock around this Manny pushed over, like, it starts going into British, like, when we really get on a roll. Like, that the accent starts coming back out. But there's certain things that we pronounce weird, so it sounds, and like we use the C word consistently because that. Like, I was watching, like, when we watch, like, I'll put it like this: when I watch Peaky Blinders, I don't need subtitles. I get what they're saying. What's it called? No, we've been watching. I started watching North and South. No, I don't say that here. That flies after me. I've been watching North and South. That is an interesting show. No, we constantly get told how to pronounce things in Britain, and Brits Brits don't know how to pronounce any word here, any town here at all. And the difference is we don't force them to. Like, we don't care how anybody pronounces something, but you know they're very. And I, to be honest with you, I prefer it because Americans are the type of people that be like, "Gee, or how they pronounce that." As to where Brits is like, it's pronounced this way. They're more upfront. It's actually a nicer way of being. It depends on where you're from in the United States and how you pronounce New Orleans. So, like, I pronounce it New Orleans. I know some people pronounce it New Orleans, and then if you're from New Orleans, they pronounce it Nolans. Yeah, it's the one about the industrial Victoria, England industrial revolution. Is the guy who played the guy who played the dwarf on The Hobbit. He plays the man, and they got the cotton factory. Yeah, no, if you get a proper tiki bar who follows Trader Vic's recipes, not jumping back to that, but if you do, you're going to have a good time. No, we're not going to bring the kids. They're terrible. Their parents need to take better control of them and set better boundaries, and somebody needs to step in and talk to those parents about that because it's getting out of control. So they're not going to the UK with us. One day they'll go to the UK. One day. Do you guys like when we do live streams? No, I think it's just called North and South. Uh, yeah, yeah. So that's one of the things that, like, me and Tiffany kind of get a tickle at because I don't think there's anybody more patriotic on this planet than a Brit. And, like, I don't think they realize that, or they do. or they don't realize it's the same feeling in their gut that's the same feeling in like other countries' guts, because they'll be like, Brits don't think that our country is the best. We don't think we're the best. Americans are so full of themselves in their country that they think they're the best, but we don't think we're the best, and that's why we're the best. We're just better than everybody else. I was like, you guys think exactly how we do. Where do you think we get it from? It's literally from Britain. Yep, that's the right one. The Mrs. Gaskell in the 19th century, and they did a mini series on the BBC for it, and we are watching that. It's about a cotton factory. Yeah, if you go there, get a mai tai. Make sure they make it traditionally. Drink it and think of me. Kick Howard. When kick Howard. Kick Howard. Kicking. Get this man out of here. Well, it was doing her good enough to go out and go shopping today, so I'm guessing it's good. Yeah, she likes it. When? Then it's for me to decide if Howard's fine or not. It's not for you to decide. I keep laughing purposely because I don't want Len to be like, "Oh, is he serious now? Do I need to kick Howard?" No, she's doing. Actually, she went to the doctor. This is stuff she should probably tell you, but I'm going to tell you anyway. She went to the doctor. They're saying that her tendons, because she keeps wanting to do a little bit of an in towing, and they said that her leg is still not healed. It's still broke, which is normal because it takes like a year to heal, which is also insane that she's walking on a broke leg. But they said wait till April or May, and if it's still hurting, they're going to do a minor surgery to take. Tiffany will run when I take her to Mark and Spencer's. That's another thing that I want to do, guys. I want to buy a bunch of stuff from Greg's. I want to buy a bunch of stuff from Mark and Spencer's and a bunch of stuff from the Chinese restaurant and bring it back to the room or wherever and just try all their stuff. We was in Mark and Spencer's a few times this trip, and I was like, we just need to buy a bunch of stuff. But we were so jam packed for what we had to do that we just didn't get to do it. And I love Greg's. That's not a BS thing. I would beat every one of you for Greg's. I would give every one of you guys up for Greg's right now. And that's has nothing to do with Greg's as much as what trash people you are. But like, I genuinely would love to try everything at Greg's menu. Okay, I'm glad, Howard, where is the north actually? Because somebody said that it was supposed to be Scotland. Other people said it was supposed to be Manchester. But where is the northern town actually supposed to be based off of? That's why I love it so much, Mank. It's because it's the food of my people. Chemicals. That's the national dish of our country. That's genuinely what it is. That's our national dish. Is radiation. So we love it. Where was the northern town of North and South based? Because I was looking it up as we was watching, and some people said it was an island off of Scotland, and other people said that it was an island or it was Manchester. Do you guys know where that was at? Because I was trying to get. I was like, because it showed like when they first got there, it was like really really trashy people, and I was like, this got to be Manchester. Mank is trashy, so this got to be Manchester. But then I started hearing Scottish accents. Mr. Coxey, when I started this, I was like, I wonder if Mr. Coxey's gonna come in here. Road trip to Wales with Mank. That'd be an interesting video, wouldn't it, guys? That'd be a very interesting video. What through Snowdonia? Like, if we did that, You better pray it gets a little bit colder here, Lynn, because right now you are walking on thin ice. You better pray it gets a little colder. Nobody likes Howard. Howard likes to send me random pictures once a week of pubs that I would love to be at. I mean, don't get me wrong, guys. I love Florida. I love Florida. I love Florida, but it's hard to beat a steak and out pie. Yeah, because somebody said it was based off of some town. Somebody said it was based off of some town. I want to show you guys this real quick. I don't know if I can turn this around or not. Maybe. We keep this pretty stock too. Oh yeah. That's we have bacon. We have bacon in here somewhere. We have bacon in there somewhere. You don't realize how much we like. Just none of those is for videos either. Those are all just for us. Howard, happy birthday! Everybody in the chat, say happy birthday. We're not moving forward until that happens. Somebody left when I said happy birthday. Say happy birthday to you, Howard. I just want you to know that. I want you to know the hell out of that. As soon as I said everybody say happy birthday to Meg or to Howard, nobody did. I think we might do more. You know what, Howard? I'm trying to do nice things for you here. I'm trying to do nice things. This is my channel. I'm giving up my channel time for people to wish you a happy birthday. And I expect the respect that comes with that. I think everybody should throw in some money, and me and Tiffany will just have more money. That's British. The Royals do it. Technically, that's the most British thing you could do. No, I think we're going to focus some more on like... I don't want respect from you, Lynn. Just from Howard. That's all I'm asking. I know what you think of me, Lynn, and I can live with it. I know what I am. There ain't nothing you can say to me that I ain't said 6 inches from a mirror. Martin, actually, you know, you can actually see that in all of our old videos. That's actually how Lynn found us. She was here way before the British videos. Is a lot of our older videos before our first UK trip was all about around here. And you can actually see some of our favorite places. My favorite town here is Mount Dora. Lynn, have you ever been to Mount Dora? Like, that's one of my favorite towns. I was there yesterday having dinner. Or 2 days ago, or a week ago. Thanks, Howard. That's all I ask. So if you want to see a lot of the stuff that we actually do around here, that's more up in my neck of the woods. When you're up around Mount Dora, you're pretty close to where we live. I'm in Mount Dora about once or twice a week. Yeah, it was based in Manchester. I assumed it. I seen that, but somebody else said it was a town in Scotland. But yeah, if you see a lot of it, Tarpon Springs is a great place in Tampa. Where else? We used to do Disney vlogs, and I hated Disney vlogs. Disney vlogs was terrible because there's just I love Disney. Don't get me wrong. I like Disney a lot. Uh, Hoods and Hollers and Joe and Nick's Road Trip. I don't know any of that. I around my area though. I live in an area called the Villages, which is the world's oldest retirement community. World's oldest, world's biggest. Wouldn't that be? Wouldn't that be a claim where everybody here is so old? They're just the oldest. Yeah, actually, around here, I live around in Oxford. I live close to an Inverness. I live close to where else do we live close to? A lot of towns is named around here. It's either British, Native American, or Spanish in Florida. That's just how it works. There's an Inverness, Florida, which is named after Scotland. There's where else is there around here? But like we live close to a town called Ocala, and Ocala's Native American, and then Orlando is Spanish. Kissimmee, listen, Lynn, Kissimmee is Native American, and I'm sure Lynn's heard of Kissimmee because there's a chance she's been in Kissimmee a few times because that's actually Disney World's closer to Kissimmee than it is Orlando itself. I know a lot of British people call it Kissimmee. Kissimmee. It's Kissimmee. And Tampa is Spanish. Yeah, you all that like 192 and all that. That's all technically Kissimmee. It's Kissimmee St. Cloud area. So listen how I say it. And if you've been on 192, Best of British Pubs is if you go to the end of 192 to where it meets 27. Best of British Pubs is right there in a little area called Four Corners. Yeah, Celebration is right off of 192. Thank you, Yorkshire. I appreciate it. I am 36 years old today. Not today, but this week. Celebration is nice. Adam the Woo, it's been really hot topic here when Adam the Woo passed away. A lot of people's been going in and out of there. We go to Celebration every now and then, but it's particularly for certain restaurants and stuff. Right, like we'll go, but and like I keep saying every year that we're gonna go and bring Richard and Remy down for the yeah, not well. They do the snow at the downtown, and I wanted to go and see that, but we didn't make it down this year. But we go right up the street to Gaylord Palms for the ice thing every year, and usually after that we'll go into Celebration and go eat. All right, Howard's off to the pub. Yeah, Howard, we're gonna on before you leave, we're going to set up something on Discord that's gonna help with this all this planning, and we're gonna try to make some type of chart or some type of plan and break this down. But happy birthday, Howard! Drink one for me, and God bless you. But yeah, we're gonna probably take this to a close too because we've been on here a lot longer than what I thought we was gonna be. But yeah, I gotta get back to editing. But keep that in mind as we post this video. I think we're gonna put it. We're gonna bring the charity video. This next one's gonna be a charity. We got behind on that. Ta ta for now. But yeah, we'll get that up and we'll get it set up on Discord, and we'll put it. I'll provide a link on the channel for Discord. That way, you guys have time to think. Think. 9 days. It's in March. If you was bringing your friends over and think and say, what would I want to do to show them the best of the UK? What would I? We need your help. We need your help. We need your help. Leave a comment on the video. We'll set up a Discord that you guys can go, and I'll probably set up the Discord today so it'll be in there. So if you're not part of our Discord, join our Discord. We're gonna start getting that moving again. Everything's starting to settle out here. And I have, I should be wearing a cast right now because I have not a cast, a brace, because I have tendonitis in my hand. I don't know where that came from or why, but that was just an extra fact. I love you. You guys are the best. Thank you for talking with me. And we will reconvene. I'll try to do this as soon as this video comes out. Yeah, we're all headed out. I'll try to do this as soon as the video comes out. Then we'll have another live. We'll all get together and talk about it. All right, guys? Well, that's it for me. I'm Rich Trippin, and that was a whole bunch of nothing. You guys have a good day. Thank you. Oh, and everybody thank Lynn for kicking all the losers out because she's the best. Thank you, Mr. Coxey. I was good to see you and talk to you again. Mank, you're trash. All right, guys. Bye.